Okay, let's look at the relationship of situation and response. Situation, response. You can see our abbreviation, SIT and R, situation, response. The definition, the relationship between a situation in one proposition and a response in another. And usually this is a surprising or counterintuitive response. Over against action result, where there's support by a distinct statement, where we see an action and then a natural consequence that would seem to go along with that. A great storm arises on the sea and then the boat is swamped by the waves. That would be the natural consequence. But in situation and response, instead we have a surprising or counterintuitive response, a support by a contrary statement rather than the natural outworking or consequence. This is what you really want to look for, this surprising or counterintuitive nature of this response, because the keywords may be very similar to keywords, for instance, for series. Words like and, there may be other words, but mostly you're looking for this sense of surprise, this counterintuitive response. When we arc this, we're going to label the situation and the response in the other proposition and then draw one arc over the top to say that these two propositions are in the relationship of situation and response. Let me show you an example of this from John 1:11. John 1:11, he came to his own, and his own people did not receive him. So we have this first proposition, he came to his own, and key word that usually would point us to series or maybe progression. And we certainly do have a progression, and yet more than that, what we see here in this second proposition is that the opposite of what we would expect is what occurs. There's this surprising or counterintuitive response that is given to him coming to his own. You would think he came to his own and his own received him. He came home and he was welcomed home, but that's not what's happening here in John 1:11. There's a surprising response. He came to his own, but he was not received. They did not receive him. And so there's this surprising response that's contrary to our expectations. So then we can write these propositions out so that we can arc this relationship. He came to his own, and his own people did not receive him. This is verse 11. We can label this A and B, draw our line. And you can see, again, let me emphasize that we have this keyword and. We have this keyword and, which generally would point us to a relationship of series or progression. But notice this second proposition is really a contrary statement to what we would expect. It's a surprising response rather than the one that would naturally follow. And so what we have here is a situation in which Jesus came to his own, and the response of his own people who did not receive him. A surprising or counterintuitive response. And this is one example of how I would arc this relationship of situation and response, support by a contrary statement.